Hello friends, welcome to Krishna's Tech Info. In the last video we saw how to install Nagios Core on CentOS 7. So in this video we can see how to add a Linux host to the Nagios Monitoring server using the nrpe plugin. So we are going to use the CentOS 7 machine as a remote host. So first we can see what is a nrpe. So nrpe is a Nagios remote plugin executor which allows you to monitor any remote Linux or Unix services or network devices. This nrpe plugin add-on allows the Nagios to monitor any local resources like CPU load, swap memory, memory usage, online users, etc. on remote Linux machines. So you need to have the nrpe agent installed and configured on the remote machines to monitor these services. So for installing the nrpe plugin, the host machine should support the TCP wrappers and exinit daemon. So most of the Linux distributions will have these two services by default. So now we can see how to configure this. First we can see how to configure the remote host. So first we can install the dependency packages on the remote machine which are going to monitor. So I'm going to install the dependency packages in this remote machine. This remote machine IP is 1.22. So I'm going to install this here. Now the dependency packages are installed. Next we can create the Nagios user and set password for it. So we can use the user add command, user add Nagios. Now we can set the password for the Nagios user. Now the password is set. Now we can install the Nagios plugins in this remote machine. So first we can change directory to root Nagios. So now there is no directory, so we can create it now, and we can change directory to root Nagios. And now we can download the Nagios plugin from this link using the wget command. Now the package is downloaded. Next we can extract the package using the tar command. Now the package is extracted. Now change directory to this plugin directory, and we can run the configure command, so we can check the files. And now we can execute this /configure command. Next we can run the make command. Now we can run the make install command to install the Nagios plugins. So we can run this make install command now. Now the Nagios plugins are successfully installed. Now we can set the permissions for the Nagios plugin directory. So we can use the change own command, change ownership, nagios.nagios, user local nagios. We can also set the permission for this libexecute file. Next we can install the nrpe plugin. So first we can go to the Nagios directory, and now we can download the latest nrpe plugin package using the wget command. Now the package is downloaded. We can extract the package now using the tar command. Now the package is extracted. Now change directory to this nrpe directory. Now we can run this /configure command to configure it. Sorry, I have missed some steps during the installation. So after running this /configure, you don't need to run this make call or make install daemon. You can just run this make install, then the make install config. Then you need to add this to the etc services file. So you need to add the nrpe in this etc services file. This needs to be done in the remote machine too. You need to follow these steps after running this /configure command in both the remote machine and the Nagios server. So I'll provide these steps in the description, so follow these steps to configure the nrpe plugin. So next, after starting this nrpe service, now we can check this nrpe installation using this command. We can also check load. Now we can see the load average of this machine. Now we have set up the remote host configuration, that is Centos 7 remote host machine configuration. Next we can see the configuration in Nagios server. Now we are in this Nagios server machine. First go to the Nagios directory and download the nrpe plugin. Now we can extract this plugin. Now change directory to nrpe. Now we can run this /configure command. Now this configure command is completed. Now I have missed some steps during the installation. So after running this /configure, you don't need to run this make all or make install daemon. You can just run this make install, then the make install config. Then you need to add this to the etc services file. So you need to add the nrpe in this etc services file. This needs to be done in the remote machine too. You need to follow these steps after running this /configure command in both the remote machine and the Nagios server. So I'll provide these steps in the description, so follow these steps to configure the nrpe plugin. So next, after starting this nrpe service, we can check the nrpe installation. We can just access the remote machine. Now we can see it can access the remote machine using the nrpe. So nrpe is successfully configured in both the machines. Now we can just configure the host and the services. This needs to be configured to get the monitoring in the console. So we can go to the user local Nagios etc directory and we can create the host.cfg and services.cfg file. I have created the host.cfg and I am creating the services.cfg file now. Now we can open this nagios.cfg file and go to the end of the file and add this configuration files. So you need to mention this cfg file in this nagios.cfg file. Now save this file and exit. After that you need to configure the host.cfg file. So we can edit this in Vim editor, and now we need to add this host template configuration and the host configuration. So based on your requirement you can change your host name. I have given as test server and the alias name is Centos 7, and you need to mention the remote server IP, which is 1.22. So now we save this file and exit. And next you need to configure the services.cfg. So you can open this services.cfg file and we can add this configurations now. So we need to define the services in this services.cfg file. Now we can save this file and exit. And last you need to configure the commands.cfg file. So open this commands.cfg and we can define our own command here. We can add these lines to the file. Now save this file and exit. Now we can check the Nagios configuration using this command. So now we can see there is no error or warnings here. Everything is fine. So we can restart the Nagios service now. Service Nagios restart. So now we can go to the console and we can check the host now. So now we can see I have selected the host now, and we can see the test server host added now. I'm going to open it in a new tab and can check the status detail for this host, and you can see the 4 services which are configured is showing now. So it is just checking the service status. We can just reschedule this check now and see it. And now we can see the current user is okay. Now we can see the test server host is successfully configured, and we have configured the 4 services. The total process services alone is in critical because it has 219 processes. In this way you can add your Linux host to the Nagios server. So in this video we saw how to add a Linux host to the Nagios server. You can see more about this Nagios server in the coming videos. Thanks for watching this video. Post your comments and suggestions. Please share and subscribe to my channel. Press the bell button to get instant notifications on my videos. You can follow me on this Instagram ID and Facebook page. For any queries, you can reach me on this Skype ID.